welcome to part 2 of my time in New Mexico. Since we last spoke, I've gone through Albuquerque and Santa Fe. It even snowed when I was in Santa Fe, so that was crazy to see. And I just love it here so much. The food has its own style, the architecture has its own style, and it's just so unique. We're in Ah-shi-sle-pah wilderness, and we're gonna go see some rock formations. That one's like, yes, may I help you? So if you see these yellowish plants that are caught up in the sage bushes, I'm pretty sure they're tumbleweeds. I know because I've seen them blow in front of my car. They're just a normal plant that's kind of round shaped, but then when it dies, it breaks off. What a feeling to be out here. It's so vast. I feel so powerful and capable, but also very small and very insignificant into the grand scheme of the world. This is possibly my favorite moment in the whole trip, but my microphone decided not to record any sound at all. So I'm walking down away from where the horses were. It's very dusty, very flat, but wait till I go around this bend right here. All of a sudden I go, wow, that place doesn't even look real. It looks like something someone set up to attract tourists. This is insane. My microphone was still not working in this part, but just imagine the crunchiness of the soil, or the rocks, I guess, not really soil. But imagine seeing this in person and not really having expected it. Of course, I knew there would be cool rock formations, but in person it just looks like a whole nother thing. This, and I'm just guessing, looks like a formation that somebody wanted to see if it was really attached, so they pushed this part off. It's the only one that's really like that, so that's why I think that. Point being, let's not deface things, people. I'm kind of scared of a critter that could be living in that hole, but I guess if it's living out here, how big can it be? Looks alright. And because this is wilderness owned by the Bureau of Land Management, there's no trail, no signs that say don't climb on the formations or anything, so it's pretty much just open country, you know. Find your own way around. Oh, like I am seriously struggling right now. Okay, here we go. Now that's going to be a challenge getting back up there. But wow. I'm in an alien city. Looks like now we're coming into a more open space instead of the canyon we've just been in. These make me think that the rock formations, which people that passed me just told me they were called hoodoos. I wonder if these hoodoos are going to be more taller and columny, not as wide and big like the ones we just saw, which are apparently chocolate hoodoos. What I'm really liking about this area we're in now is you can see distinct layers in the rock. As I came out of the canyon, I veered off a little left, but that's the way back towards the car, so before I head that way I wanted to explore this way. So I turned what would be right coming out of the cabin, and I found this wide open place. Could have been a basin or a pond or something, and as you'll see right here, the vertical rock seemed like it weathered away a lot faster over here than anywhere else. I'll show you. You might have seen from behind me, these guys over here looked like they fell down. And you also get ones like this that just look like a little mushroom. Especially over here by this stuff, I'm noticing this horizontal layer rock kind of looks like brick. The color of brick and the flatness of it too. I think I'm ready to start heading back now. The hard part is going to be, how do I get back? There's no trail, so first I'm gonna need to climb to up away from what seems like a riverbed. And these formations look flat enough to let me do that. Oh, look how perfect they are. I'm not gonna walk on those because I'm scared I'll break them. I'm realizing I'm not just out of the riverbed, I'm on a hill. So I'm gonna need to climb down this formation, walk over there, climb up that formation, and head back that way. Okay, here we are at what I've been calling the beginning of the canyon, or the place where I walked out of the canyon. Now, the question is how to destroy or how to mess up the least amount of rocks in the process of getting out of here. When I was sliding down that first hill I was on top of, a lot of the really dry, crumbly looking sand like this here was kind of chipping off and sliding down, and I was like, well, if that's all it takes, it's probably not too unnatural of a process to happen here. But still, like, I want to leave as little impact as possible. As I'm worried about the rock sliding out from under my feet. On steady ground. Now we just have to get over there. I think the easiest path will be up this white rock. This is a very narrow ledge, so I'm kind of more or less crawling at this point. Okay, we're good. Wouldn't it be funny if these two land masses don't connect and I just did all this work for nothing? Hallelujah, they do. Just have to figure out how to get there. Man, look at this view right now. It seems like we're on another planet. It's just so barren. Here's other people's footprints. So at least I'm not alone in taking this way. Woo! Came back up victorious. Thank you, hoodoos. Thank you, New Mexico, for being beautiful. That was one of the best places I think I've ever been. Might be my favorite on the road trip. I might feel differently when I'm not in the moment anymore, but that was just the best place ever. Anything natural is good. All of nature is good. Some is a little more exciting than others, but everything is good because you get a sense of peace and you get a sense of adventure. Here, this sense of peace was heightened because you felt like you were alone. And the sense of adventure was heightened because you never knew what was around the other turn. The moment of coming up and looking down into the canyon and seeing the hoodoos for the first time, I don't think I'll ever forget that. That was so cool. So, we're gonna celebrate the only way we know how. With the beer. Now, today's brewing selection I just picked up at the grocery. This is Santa Fe Brewing Co. And it is a Mexican-style lager called Pepe Loco. The can art is pretty stunning. That's the flag of New Mexico in the middle there. And you just don't see a lot of beers like this, where it's reflecty all the way around. It's really light. Tastes a lot like a Corona. Very crisp. Would go good with lime. Maybe there's a little hint of lime in there already. So perfect. Oh man, I love New Mexico. What a spread. After dinner, I packed up and moved on because 1, I'd like to be somewhere with service, and 2, we can wake up in the morning and see a cool new view. I'm at a place, I think it's called Angel Peak, or the Badlands of New Mexico, so looking forward to it. This is so cool. This looks like the Grand Canyon. I guess it's not a canyon, or it is a canyon, and the Grand Canyon is misnamed. It's actually a Grand... I forget. But anyway, A canyon is formed because there's mountains and then water gets through it. The word I'm looking for is formed when there's a river that cuts really deep. And that's what the Grand Canyon is. It's not technically a canyon. Anyway, science lesson aside, this place looks so cool. You can see the different layers of rock and so far away, And I'm the only person here too, which is so cool. Only bad thing is I wish I brought my sunglasses out here. I am so content right now. I'm still groggy and not in a great mood from waking up, and I have a long drive ahead of me, and then I'm hopefully gonna work my food delivery job, but I just feel like this is my ideal life, discovering new places. I don't have a lot, but I have what I need. It's been a good time in New Mexico, between white sands and the hoodoos yesterday, and now waking up to this gray canyon. It's like another planet. And New Mexico also kind of has a history with things from another planet. So I don't know if you all have heard of Roswell, but that's my favorite piece of New Mexico lore. Okay, so it was the 1940s. It was just after the atomic bomb had been tested in New Mexico, kind of in the corner near Texas. But there was a thunderstorm, and this farmer heard a crash, didn't think much of it because it was a thunderstorm. But then the next day he went out and there was some wreckage on the ground, and he brought it into his house, and it was like small rods that were really strong, and they had some type of writing he'd never seen before on them, and something that looked like aluminum foil, but when you crumpled it up it would stretch itself back out. Crazy stuff. And then he called someone official, and they were like, yeah, we definitely don't know what that is. And then that person called another person, and they were like, oh, it's a weather balloon, promise, it's a weather balloon, don't worry, don't say anything about it, it's a weather balloon. Okay? Some people say it was aliens, some people say it was just that farmer trying to get attention. Anyway, I'm off to Arizona. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.